It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime, Geno Jones showtime. Bam! So I'm coming to you live. Today it is Wednesday. We call it a Working Divas Wednesday. Now, normal day, start times Monday through Friday. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so it's a little after 6:30. 5:30 in Chicago, or 5:31, maybe 5:32 right about now. West Coast, live in Los Angeles. Everybody on the West Coast, 3:30 p.m. So tell everybody to please subscribe to my channel here. You're watching me live, make sure that you click on that thumbs up button. Like, you can share the episode, you can tag, you can post on everybody else's page, you can copy and paste the link in an email and a text message, however you want to do it. Shout out to Rosalind. Rosalind, how you doing? Jump on your social media platforms. Tell everybody, you can do a live on your platform. Tell everybody to come on over. Got a good show. Got a really great monologue. All the monologues are fire, but I got another good one today. Just me and the monologue. Me, you, and the monologue. So, hit your folks up, text them, do a little live on your social media. Tell them to come on over here live Monday through Friday. Now, let me give you a programming note. So next week, there's going to be a live show next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. No live show on next Thursday and Friday, June 5th and 6th. Then no live show. It'll be the best of. So it's 6:30 Eastern or 5:30 Central Time or 3:30 live in Los Angeles or on the West Coast. You can come to the channel and you can binge watch your favorite episodes, the best of the Geno Jones Show. But maybe you forgot to give me a comment on one of those episodes from the past. Your favorite episode, make sure you put your comments in the comment section. And if you didn't give me that thumbs up, click on the thumbs up. So no live show next Thursday and Friday, June 5 and 6. And then there's no live show on, let's see here, because I come back Thursday the 12th, so 11th, 10th, 9th. So that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday following June 6th will be Friday, 7th. Yep. So that Monday, June 9th, 10th, and 11th. No live show, the best of. As a matter of fact, I'm going to see Boogie. Now, everybody that's been watching me, listening to my radio show here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro for 20 years. Now, everybody can listen. You can listen all over the world. Download the star997.com app. 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So 10 a.m. Eastern Time. 9 o'clock in Chicago, 9 a.m. in Chicago time, 9 a.m. And let's see, that would be 7 a.m. out on the West Coast, 9 a.m. in Chicago, 10 a.m. here Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So there'll be no live show. So make sure you come to the channel, spread the word, subscribe to the channel, and please, if you can, your financial contribution, your gift, financial gift, your love offering, blessing a brother's business, and a belated birthday, which was, a week ago yesterday, about 8 days ago. And by the way, happy birthday to my sister. So I'm the oldest and the only boy. I have two younger sisters. And the middle child, Nanette. Happy birthday, Nanette. I love you, sweetheart. I do. You got a beautiful spirit, and I just need you. Because she said, I love you, big brother. She said, I love you, my brother. I love you. I love you more, Nanette. And the way you show me you love me is by loving yourself. That's the greatest gift that you could give me and yourself, is to love yourself. Love yourself like you love me. And then we'll be all good. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. But once again, the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel is here 24/7, always available. So just give you a heads up. So we got a live show today, Wednesday, Working Divas Wednesday, and a live show on this Thursday and Friday, and then next Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So we got a lot going on, a lot to talk about. You're blessed. You're blessed, Rosalind. Good. That's great to hear. And everybody be blessed. Okay. So let me start off, because I was shouting out my sister, the middle child. So I'm the oldest boy. She's the oldest girl. So happy birthday, Nanette Chambers. Happy birthday, Gladys Knight, 81. She turned 81 today. So happy birthday, Gladys Knight. And Patty LaBelle had, what, about a week ago? Patty, I missed her birthday. Happy birthday, Patty, Miss Patty. Patty, she was on the 24th. I think her birthday is the day after Maxwell's. Maxwell's birthday was May 23rd, so it was about a week ago. So I think Patty's birthday was, what, a week ago? Was it a week ago today? No, it was last Saturday, because Maxwell's birthday was last Friday. So shout out to my Gemini. Stand up. I see you out there. Stand up and do your thing. All right. So, man, I got a lot to cover, but I'm not going to cover everything. But I do want to do this. I'm going to start off with something positive. You hear me talking about empathy, humanity, compassion, decency, and they're people, very powerful people, not necessarily smart, not at all, but they're people who have been empowered, that believe that empathy is weakness, empathy is a flaw, empathy is a character defect, which is ass backwards, because the lack of empathy shows a character flaw. The lack of empathy shows a lack of decency, shows a lack of humanity, sense of morality. It shows a lack of character. It does. But there's a narrative out there that, having compassion and empathy, looking down on those who may not be as fortunate as you are financially, or in terms of level of education, or just social status, this demonizing of the poor people, the poor in America, which is so weird, because, a lot of this, not all, but a lot of it is coming from this MAGA cult mentality. And the weird thing is the majority of people that's following this racist, sexist, misogynist cult are part of this MAGA cult, are poor. Some are po, and some are puh. They so po, they don't even have an O. You got poor, P-O. You got folks that's so poor, they po. And then you got folks that's so po, they just puh. That's how, they can't even afford an O. Or second O or R. They just puh, po, puh. Like that. It's amazing. And then you have some folks who are poor or po, or puh, and look down upon other poor people or other folks as po, which is really just shows you how the level of dementedness and depravity and evil and demonic a portion of this society, not just here in America, but globally in the world is. So I want to share a story. Because anybody that tells you that empathy and compassion, that empathy is a weakness, empathy is a superpower. Humanity, compassion, empathy, decency means that you have character. It means that you are tapped into your humanity, that you are a human. And in spite of these labels and this made up racist, sexist, misogynist construct rooted in bigotry and fear and division for a small handful of people to benefit financially, to have economic, political, social power and control and domination on millions of people below for their own economic benefit, small handful of people, the 1%, for lack of a better choice of words. So I want to share this story. And I'm not sharing this story to pat myself on the back, not at all, because I didn't even think about it. So here's the story. On Monday, today's Wednesday, so on Monday, I stop and get gas. And So I'm at Sam's Club. That's a whole nother story because I'm not satisfied with Walmart ending their DEI. So it's probably a good chance I'm not going to renew this membership. Just really good chance. I got about, 10 days, 10 days. But that's not important. That's a different conversation. But hello, Costco. I'm coming back. Only reason I didn't come back before because the Sam's Clubs were a lot closer to where I have been living. Digress. So I go and I get gas. I'm at Sam's Club. So you know Sam's Club is a membership club. So I have a valid membership that hasn't expired yet. So I'm pumping gas, and there's a gentleman, maybe about 30, 40 feet, maybe, not even 50 feet, relatively close. Let's say 30, 40 feet away. He's not at a pump, but he's near a pump. I'm like in the middle pumps. And I can tell that, English is not his first language. And he walks up to me while I am pumping gas, and he says, "Excuse me." And he says, so he came to Sam's Club. He needed gas, but he didn't have, not only did he not have a membership card, he didn't have like a credit card or a bank card. So he didn't realize he had maybe, $11, $12 in cash. So he wanted to get like $10 worth of gas, but he didn't have a card. And the attendant said, "We don't take cash. You have to use some type of card, a bank card, a credit card, or, if you got the app like I have, you have a card attached to the app, so you can just scan and go, scan the barcode and just, tap, pay with this card on your phone, you pay for your gas, they charge it to whatever card you have on file." So anyway, I fill up my tank. I tell him, I said, "Okay, I tell you what," I said, "let me fill up my car. And then you've got $10. You can give me your $10, and I'll put $10 worth of gas in there." So I'm filling up the tank, and I tell the gentleman, "Bring your car behind this." So I'm in the front pump. He's in the back pump, because there are two pumps. There's usually like a pump here. There are 4 rows, and there are 2 pumps per row. So I said, "Pull up to this pump behind me, right there." So he pulls up, and I walk over. I said, "Okay, $10? He said, $10. So I start pumping the gas, and I ran over a little over $10, whatever. I don't even know what it was. It's probably close to 11. But that wasn't the point. So when I got through pumping the gas, he offered me $10. And I told him, "No, let me go back, because this is important." So while I'm pumping the gas, I asked, "What's your name?" And did he say? Ray? Okay, I apologize. I don't know about Ray. It's popping in my head, but I think his name started with an R. But so I'm just going to say Ray for lack of better choice of words. So apparently, and I could tell that English was not his first language. I said, "Okay, so Ray, where are you from?" He said, "I'm from the Philippines," so broken English. He said, "I'm an immigrant from the Philippines." He said, "I come to America, I DoorDash." He said, I DoorDash. And he said he came with his wife, and they have a child. And I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, all right." I said, "You like DoorDash?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's good." So when I got through pumping his gas, he tried to give me his $10, and I told him no. And he was like, No, please, here, money, take money." I said, No. I just walked over to him, and I said, "Listen, God has blessed me, and he's using me as a vessel to bless you." Because while I was pumping this man's gas, it was just placed on my heart to just, listen, This man is an immigrant. He's here, door dashing, trying to find a better life for him and his family and his wife and child from the Philippines. Yeah, that $10 wasn't anything to me, but it was a lot, probably a lot to him. So I said, listen, keep your money. I said, the only thing that I ask of you, I said, if you are in a position to help somebody that's in need or needs help, you pay it forward and you help them. And so he was thankful, and then he went and told the attendant, the man, well, you would not take my money. You wouldn't take my money. So I went back and I filled up Damaris's car yesterday, and I asked him, I said, did the guy, because I'm thinking, okay, maybe you can find somebody else, give them the $10, and then you'll have $20 worth of gas in your car. Because you're door dashing, so, he ain't making no $100,000, no $80, $90, $100,000. I don't know anybody making door dashing making $100,000. You could tell he's just trying to just earn a living, find a better life for him and his family. So I share that story because I hope that could just be one small example of us seeing another person, even if they don't necessarily speak the same language that we speak. Because this English language it's a bastardized language, which means it's a remix version of a lot of different stuff, including English. It ain't the King's English, and that's a whole nother story. So just because somebody may look a little different than you, may speak in a little different tongue or vernacular, different accent, from a different country. I saw this man as a man trying to take care of his family, as a husband and as a father, and as a person who's a husband and a father. And he said he had family back in the Philippines, probably sending money back home. Maybe he's got parents, mom or dad. I didn't go get that deep. But I saw myself in this man, and it was placed on my heart to just, you know what? It's only $10, but that $10 could have meant a lot for him. Maybe he could have took that $10 and maybe bought dinner for him and his wife and his children or whatever. Or maybe he could have the $10, $11 of gas that I gifted him, and he could take the $10, $11, or $12 in cash he had and get $20, $22 worth of gas. Because $10 worth of gas is not going to get you a lot of gas. So the bottom line, and had I been thinking it didn't really hit me because I was just trying to respond to what he asked. But in the moment, it was just placed on my heart just to, you know what, let him keep his money. You don't need that $10, Jeannie, as my mother would say. But you never know how that $10, a little $10, $11, $12 could make a big difference in his life. So I share that story to encourage all of us to tap into our humanity. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you soft. It doesn't make you a punk. It don't make you less than a man. It don't make you, bitch. No bitch ass. You something. No. It makes you human. It shows that you have inner strength, real strength. Strength of character and conviction and compassion and empathy. That's strong. When you can tap into your compassion and empathy and humanity and decency, sense of good character, that's strong. Anybody can be an asshole and act out and do stupid, evil, shit and be violent. It don't take nobody strong to do something crazy, violent, to be racist or bigoted, to be a bigot or to be hateful, to display hate in all of its forms, to be sexist, a misogynist, engage in patriarchy, thinking that you are better than women, just because you got a dick between your legs, excuse my French, but I said it like that for a reason. Having something dangling between your legs. Now, some would say some of y'all don't have much dangling, but that doesn't make you strong. That doesn't mean anything. Really, not at all. It does not define your true strength in your anatomy or your gender or your gender. I had it right. Definition of a true strength is how you carry yourself, how you treat others. Hello, Christians. Even if the fake Christians, as I call them, fake with the remixed version of Christianity, who don't really practice the Matthew 23 version of Christ. I'm remixing and paraphrasing the Christ who welcomed the immigrant and the stranger, who welcomed them, opened his door, who walked with those who had less than he had, who spoke out and stood up for the poor, who turned over the tables of the money changers, who didn't rock and identify with the 1% that used fear and hatred, bigotry and misogyny and sexism to pit people against each other for their own profit and gain. So I'm not saying that, if you claim to be Christian, be Christ-like. If you are a Muslim and if you practice Islam, don't just tell people the type of Muslim you are. You're going to be like Allah, walk like Allah did. Walk like Jesus did. Muhammad, my Jewish brothers and sisters. Walk like Abraham. Tap into the love and compassion and empathy and the humanity that they taught. Not the hate. That's easy. Anybody can tap into that. That didn't take much at all. So I just shared this story just to encourage us, because we are at a moment right now. We are really at we are at a threshold and a crossroads, because you've got pure evil, greed, ego, and narcissism on a supercharged, dysfunctional level in the highest seat of power, and people around him and people that support him that really think that hatred and bigotry and misogyny and sexism is the way and the way forward. But they are embracing this out of fear and insecurity. And a fear of insecurity that if they really allowed their true selves to be displayed, you would see the insecurity, you would see the weakness, the shallowness. They're trying to make it cool not to be intelligent, anti-intellectual. Oh, you're too intelligent. So intelligence is weak? Is a weakness now? So, not being intelligent and not reading, that makes you a man? Really? Your dumb ass, you haven't even read a history book. You haven't studied no kind of history at all. But you got this global movement that's rooted in this fake con game. It's called a construct. It's a system. Whiteness is a system and an ideology created, once again, for a small handful of people to control mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically, The masses, millions of people. So that small 1%, can have social, economic, and political control and rule over the masses. And they've used this thing as race that was created 1680s by that small handful of Europeans who didn't give a shit about Europeans that were poor or that weren't wealthy, that didn't have wealth. They called them peasants. They didn't give a shit about. Just like here in America, the 1%, the Elon Musk, Orange Hitler, they're about to kick millions of people on Medicaid. Millions. You got like 72 million people on Medicaid, and a majority of them are children or adults with disabilities. You have elderly people in nursing homes, and a majority of nursing homes in America are funded by money from Medicaid. They want to cut hundreds of billions of dollars out of Medicaid. For what? No, they ain't paying down no debt. They want to give that money in tax breaks to billionaires like Elon Musk, who already gets $8 million, his company. So we are financing, you talking about pimping and hoeing. We, the American taxpayers, are being pimped by people like Elon Musk, whose companies get $8 million every day in government subsidies. We subsidize SpaceX, and the rockets keep blowing up in midair. Had another rocket that blew up over the Indian Ocean trying to get to Mars. This dude can't even fly halfway around the world. He can't even barely get from Texas to the other side of the Pacific or Atlantic. That's a whole different story. So this cabal of evil, selfish, ego, greed-driven, narcissistic, racist, bigoted, misogynistic, and sexist people, and who brainwashed some women, some black folks, some Hispanic brothers and sisters, some Asian Americans, maybe even some Native Americans. This whole construct of race has been used to control you and to pimp you and to dig in your pockets. While this dude, Orange Hitler, and his sons and his family, they are getting rich. Listen, this dude is he is pimping the White House. He is pimping the presidency. And he's saying, America and 330 million Americans, y'all are all my hoe. And I am pimping all y'all. And I'm going to use his office, and I'm going to steal your Medicaid benefit. I'm going to take the money that was going to poor children who need health insurance through Medicaid, I'll let them die. The elderly people in nursing homes who get money through Medicaid, let them die. The adults with disabilities, fuck them, let them die. The seniors that's getting Medicare, which is health insurance, primarily for folks 65 and over, fuck them. They live long enough, 65, let them die. While his ass is taking all kind of medicines because his cholesterol is too damn high, and who knows what else he's taking, along with drinking Diet Cokes, like got a Diet Coke IV and McDonald's all the damn time. These people, they don't care. And once again, to the MAGA trolls that's watching me, I'm going to keep preaching this sermon because some of you all are going to wake up. Now, unfortunately, some of you all are not going to wake up until it slaps you into the face, until it slaps you in the face. Until all of a sudden, you go to the doctor, or your doctor's office calls, a nurse calls and says that they had to cancel your appointment. that you or your wife that was supposed to come in and get the chemo treatment, or that was in rehab, or your children maybe who are dealing with childhood cancer, or had a horrible accident or some other childhood disease that needed medical treatment, that was getting that medical care because of the Medicaid they were receiving, and the doctor's office calls and says, well, we had no more money for Medicaid, so we're sorry, we wish you luck. When you get that call and you go to the doctor's office and they say they can't treat you, your doctor turns you away, his nurse says, we can't treat you. Do you have any other insurance outside of Medicaid? Because if you don't, we can't treat you. Because it's coming. Or your Medicare, your doctor's office calls, whatever medical treatment, whatever medicine you were getting, whatever medical health coverage, and they call and cancel your appointments, or maybe you've got a surgery coming up, or maybe you've got some kind of procedure. Had to cancel all that. Folks start dying, people's families, parents and grandparents, those who were in nursing homes, who were kicked out of the nursing homes because those nursing homes closed, and they can't afford to take care of those family members in their own home. And those elderly people in those nursing homes have nowhere to go, and they wind up dying. Oh, shit's about to get real. So when it hits you and your family, it's gonna be different. Because you just thought it was just gonna be them black folks, the DEI and the Negroes and the Mexicans and the Muslims and the trans folks. They've been using this racism like catnip, like crystal meth, like crack. And you keep tapping and you keep getting those hits. You go and listen to all these MAGA fools that's pimping you. They pimping you too. They hoeing you. The Charlie Kirks that's made millions, billions of dollars off of spreading fear and bigotry and hate and misogyny and sexism, and made almost like a whole generation of men, couple generations, brag to be, they call incels, involuntary celibate. You bragging about that? That no woman wants you? Want to be in a relationship with you? Don't want no parts of no kind of sexual relationship? And you think that shit is cool? And then you think it's a woman's fault? Because you so weak and insecure? And not man enough and not strong enough to look in the mirror and say, okay, let me get my shit together. Look in the mirror, see you need a shave and a haircut, smell yourself and say, man, I'm funky. I need to take a bath. I need to shave. I need a haircut. I need to stand up straight. I need to talk to women like a human being and not like an object and like I own them. And talk to a woman the way I would want a man to talk to and respect my mother or my sister or my daughter. I don't know how you can't see that. You want to treat women like they're an object to be owned or controlled, or sex object. But if somebody did that to your daughter or your mother, you'd be ready to fight or shoot somebody. You don't get that? All right, that's my monologue for today. Let me just shout out to, thank you again. Hey, Rosalind, I appreciate you, of course, my executive producer, my number one fan. Thank you, Mother. I'm just reading. Thank you. My mother says, you've always been a good person. Well, I got family members that are just really incredible people. My grandparents and my mother, very big-hearted people. And I'm sure from what I've learned, the little I've learned about my great-grandmother, my maternal great-grandmother, and man, I can't remember her name. Mother, you told me. It'll come to me, or you'll type it in there. Mom's mom, mom's mother, your grandmother, my great grandmother, who they'd have the honor to meet when you were a little girl. I remember hearing you tell stories about how she was such a beautiful person and a beautiful spirit. And I know Dad's mom, I can remember her name, maybe Jenny Jones, because there was a TV show host called Jenny Jones. But I remember hearing Dad talk about your grandmother, my great grandmother, his mom. And, she was a beautiful woman, beautiful spirit, single mom, him and his two younger brothers. So whatever there is, anything that's good and decent about me is because of my grandparents and my other ancestors and my mom and my mother, because they instilled it in me. So it ain't got nothing to do with me, not on my own. I just been blessed to have that DNA and have that spirit be passed down from my ancestors. So I'm grateful to have ancestors and to have a mother like that, and to have had grandparents, great grandparents like that. So thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. I thank you, but I thank you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So we got live shows for the rest of the week. A programming note, a live show next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, June 9th, 10th, and 11th. And then from June 12th till So basically from June 5th. So next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that'll be 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. June 5th is next Thursday. No live show June 5th and June 6th. Then no live show June 9th, 10th, and 11th. And we will come back live. So basically, next week, my last live show is going to be June 11th. And then we will return, next week, June 4th, which is next Wednesday. That'll be my last live show for about 5 days. So from June 4th, which is a week from today, then we come back live again on June 12th, which will be actually that following Thursday. So just wanted to give you that programming note, that heads up. All right, let me see. Thank you, Mother. So she was just telling me, God is going to bless me. Something about divine blessing. So I thank you so much. I thank each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. Please, those watching, jump in my chat room, say hi, let me know who you're watching. Thank you, Rosalind. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that's watching that didn't jump in the chat room. Please let me know who's watching. I have it open for a reason. I want to have a conversation with you. I don't know if Great Hustle 843 is watching. Actually, Great Hustle 843, I was going to surprise you. I was going to do something today, but you didn't. If you're watching, probably not watching, because you caught that smoke yesterday, not just from me, but from my guests, from Crystal Matthews and Sean Mitchell. But it's all good. Listen, we're all on the same team. I am unapologetically pro-black. I'm not anti-anybody. I'm pro-human. But America has been anti-black for over 4 decades. So in this country, I can't help but be pro-black. And you can be pro-black and not anti-anyone. Because America is anti-black. So if I can't stand 10 toes down for my culture and community, and nobody else is going to do it. No, that's just a fact. I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's the truth. It's the moment that we are living in. I can make an argument. It's this moment we've been living in since our African ancestors first got on this land way back in 1619. Even before America was officially America, which wasn't until like 100 some odd years later. 150 some odd years, almost 150 years later. 1619 up to 1776? Yeah, that's like over 150 years after 1619 before America officially became America. Man, don't play. Stop. All right. Please tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. It is free. I don't charge. There's no paywall. However, your contribution, your financial contribution, your financial support, your gifts, financial gift, your love offerings, your blessings, blessing a brother's business, my media company, and a belated birthday blessing. I'll take that too. So there are two ways you can support the show financially. You can Zelle me, go Geno Jones. So go to Zelle, type in Geno Jones, and then use my email address, which is my Gmail, GenoJonesShow@gmail. All one word, no the, just GenoJonesShow@gmail at Zelle. You can make a financial contribution there, or you can Cash App your financial contribution or gift or blessing, whatever you want to call it, financial support. So go to Cash App, $Dad G Jones, all one word, $, capital D like Daddy, lowercase a like Apple, lowercase d like David, capital G like Geno, capital J like Jones, capital O like Oprah, capital N like Nanette, capital E like Elephant, capital S like Sam. $Dad G Jones. Cash App. You can Cash App the show right now. You can Zelle the show right now. I thank you again. Thank you in advance. Thank you, Rosalind, if you're still watching. I appreciate that Cash App gift that you sent me last week. Thank you. No amount's too small, too large. $5 and 50 million. It's all good. We'll take it all. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Check him out and his work. Kel be cutting up. And that's how you can find him on IG, on Instagram. Kel be cutting up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones is the official wardrobe consultant. Yes, she is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the show. Check out Allie Jones and her Lexi Jones collection on Instagram, on IG, LX.NCL_. LX.NCL_. And shout out to Bruce Gage, also wardrobe consultant, stylist for the show. Check out his Mario Uomo collection. So it's Mario, Mario. Uomo is spelled with a U, U-O-M-O. It's an Italian surname. Mario Uomo on Instagram, or Bruce Gage. That's Bruce Gage on Facebook. Thank you for watching, everybody. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. If you missed any of this episode, go back and binge watch once again. Subscribe and share and screen grab, like, binge watch those back episodes, and please make your Zelle or Cash App gift, donation, or support, financial support to the show and my media company. It will be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.